Hello, this is Timothy Koski from the Timothy Koski and Family Channel. This is take 3. I did a dry run. Here I go. You know what that man is? He was a very evil man. He was a notorious HH Holmes. And here's another pic of him from the internet. Not too bad of a looking guy for the 1800s. He had a personality about him that people would fall for, which made him such a good con man. And of course, the very first serial killer in the United States and abroad, because he could be Jack the Ripper as well. H.H. Holmes, born May 16, 1861, in Wilmington, New Hampshire. He was born under the name of Herman Webster Mudgett. Okay, yeah, he did have children. Yes, he had children. Lucy Theodate Holmes and Robert Loving Mudgett. He died on May 7th, supposedly, 1896, in Mincing Prison. He was executed, and then he was buried at the Holy Cross Cemetery in Pennsylvania. But since this guy is such a con man, and there was mysterious deaths of those who executed him afterwards, I don't really believe him to be executed like it. It's just like Jeff Mudgett, the great-great-grandson of H.H. Holmes, does a show on TV and History Channel called American Ripper. He believes H.H. Holmes will be Jack the Ripper, as do I. Matter of fact, when I was studying being Master at Arms, I did a criminology report about H.H. Holmes and Jack the Ripper, believing, through my research, believing that H.H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper, and that was long, like 15 years before this American Ripper show came out. Okay, and he built the notorious murder castle. I don't know if you heard of it, but the murder castle, construction started in 1889, and then the grand opening was during the Chicago World's Fair of 1893. Also, at the same time, like they released that Ferris wheel. My one video where I do with my wife in Chicago for my 31st battleship reunion. And I show the Ferris wheel. I think I mentioned H.H. Holmes in that video too. And this World's Fair was the 400 year of Christopher Columbus. Okay. And people ask me, what? How could he have built a motor castle in these torture rooms and these torture, these chambers of these trap doors, these a chamber where they actually suffocated people, rooms that he would do experiments on these people and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, just the horrors! I couldn't imagine the horrors. A hanging room, all kinds of different rooms. Well, because his evil genius mind, he would hire a person, a group of people for like a week or two, and they would file those people. So like, okay, you build this section, boom, you file those people and hire another group of people. So nobody knew exactly what was inside of that castle, and it was like a front. The hotel was a front because he would have rooms of people to actually stay in. I mean, he wouldn't kill every single person that would stay there, but he killed, they say, anywhere between like 20 to like 500 people. Man, gosh, he was just evil. Um, okay, we'll keep going here. I was just thinking, wow, how evil this guy was. Whew. Okay, when I going in the Chicago Tribune, I was reading an article when I dug up his body, and then they did the DNA. Well, the DNA is really old, uh, and it really doesn't prove anything. You know, like I said, he could have even used a family member. He could have used anybody, somebody that was in relation to him to take his place, because he was a con man through and through, and all those mysterious deaths at the end, even after his death, of all those who were part of his trial. That's just strange. A lot of strange going on. I'll show you the murder castle here. Okay, let me show you the murder castle here. Then I'll get to the 10 facts. Here's one of the articles I was reading online. Okay, by H.H. Holmes. Dr. Strange. As a matter of fact, I got that book coming in the mail. I'd like to read even more about this guy. Like I said, he wasn't too bad of a looking guy. Here's the castle that was in Chicago. Of course, it got torn down, and they built a post office in this place, but the basement still stands. I think that was where his wife. There's pics of his children. There it is. This is children. That was the castle right here. Oh, wow. All those torture rooms and all that stuff you had in there. Gas chambers and all kinds of stuff, man. Wow. That was it. Completely, like, evil. He said as a quote, he goes, I was born with the devil in me. I cannot help the fact that I was a murderer. No more than a poet can help the inspiration to sing. I was born with the evil one standing as my sponsor beside my bed, where I was ushered into this world, and he has been with me since. H.H. Holmes, 1861 to 1896. Well, to the facts, okay, his fascination with his death started as a child. His first kill was a childhood friend. That his medical training at the University of Michigan. See, so he was a doctor, and like I was saying, he could have been Jack the Ripper, because Jack the Ripper, had there been a doctor, because how quick and how precise the surgical precisions were to take out those organs. Oh, this freaks you out, you know. And of course, he was in London during that same time, and those murders was mysteriously stopped. Serial killers was mysteriously stopped, and then there was Jack the Ripper type killing sprees throughout the United States before the murder castle was built. And they actually called Scotland Yard. Actually called Scotland Yard, saying, "Hey, we got a Jack the Ripper type killings here." You know, to me, there was just too many coincidences. I mean, it can't just be coincidence, because it's just it's just too many similarities. It's just okay. Like I said, it could have been Jack the Ripper. Number 4. Okay, about the murder case I was just talking about. 2 of his 3 wives were from Indiana. I don't know what that has to do with anything. His execution was far from ordinary. I talked about the execution a little bit, how he was bribing and paying people off and conning even up to his death. Um, and then when they dug up that grave, his burial was also showed paranoia with the grave on top of a grave. The top grave was empty, and then the bottom grave had a body in it. Uh, and of course, those involved with his execution died in mysterious ways, and many believe, like I do, that he did escape his execution because there's too many Jack the Ripper type killings even after his death, and the way those people that were part of his trial all were mysteriously killed. Wow. That's some of the things about H.H. Holmes. I have a lot more detail about him, and I got like a whole thing that I talk about his killing sprees in the States and the stuff we traveled to. One of the questions, though, would probably be, how was he caught? If you have any questions or more details you want to share, you can share them below, too. Because one of my friends asked me, well, not only about how they built the mother castle, but how was he caught? Well, a horse. He was going to build another murder castle in Texas. And he was trading horses, corrupt businesses and stuff. Matter of fact, he actually had a pharmaceutical business underneath his hotel, the murder castle, because pharmaceutical thing, because he was a doctor. And he was a murderous doctor, but he was a doctor. And he would do those evil experiments, especially on women and girls. I mean, gosh darn, it's just... Whew. But he was caught by a horse. Doing the horse trading. Didn't pay off one of the guys, one of the criminals that was working with him. I couldn't imagine even working with a guy like Holmes. Because he would kill... When people would find out too much, he would kill them, And but a lot more detail. I can send a link below with a lot more detail about about his spree. Pinkerton been around since the 1800s. That service was hired to track down H.H. Holmes because he was trying to send horses to Chicago. And when he knew he was found out, he actually ended up in Pennsylvania. And he was getting ready to board a ship and to escape, to get out of the States for a while. Most likely go back to London. Of course, he was caught by Pinkerton's service. They ended up tracking him down because of his corrupt horse trading. Had to live with a stolen horse. Ended up getting him caught. And, well, hope I didn't scare you guys, freak you guys out too much, but, yeah, H.H. Holmes, man, this guy was he was evil, but yet at the same time, it's criminology type stuff, because I was a master in arms. I worked security, with the military law enforcement, and it does kind of intrigue me. But happy All Hallows. Comment down below what you guys are going to be going as Halloween this year. I'm probably going to go as... So I'm betting over Owlheart. It's Freddy Krueger again. Kind of a scary mask, isn't it? Also got a werewolf mask. My son Ken and I used to go out and about, and he would dress up like Jason Voorhees, and I would dress up like Freddy Krueger. We'd do the Freddy versus Jason. We would have fun. But comment down below what you're doing for our hollows, or any other facts that you have about HH Holmes. Take care. Thanks for watching.